Hello again, everyone. This is Saturday, June 19th, 2021. I have just got off from one of my friends from high school, and I'm getting ready for a very special guest to me. Again, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. It's Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. If you want to be a sponsor, you want me to advertise, please get in touch with me. You can call me. You can inbox me on my Facebook page at Sunshine Camila, Kamela. Subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel, Keeping It Real Conversations. Again, this show has started the beginning of December of last year. And I realized that I believe in 6 degrees of separation, one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be. Where you need to be in your destiny. So I'm waiting on my guest to come on. Again, I am so happy. Today is June 19th, again, a Freedom Day for us. I'm so excited to be able to do this special edition with this person. So I'm waiting on her to come on. Let me go on live now. Hold on for just 1 second, you guys.
You should be on. Say what you gonna say. Okay.
Sorry, you guys. Whew. So today, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so today, I already did my intros. Today, you are definitely looking at my twin. This is my mama. So welcome to the show, Evelyn Williams. Like I said, my mama.
Yes.
So everybody has been texting me, be gentle on your mother.
I ought to be gentle on you.
So today, again, we're celebrating freedom. June 19th. Again, I'm so excited to have my mom on the show. I'm debating on where I'm going to go with her, but however, we're going to start at, you were a nurse for what, 20 something years?
25.
So what made you go into nursing?
Actually, I was a housewife for 10 years. And then I seen how hard my husband was working at trying to take care of his family. So I had to talk to him. I said, I really want to be a mortician because I used to work for Cantrell. He said, no, I can't see us being married to a mortician. Now, if we had did it, we'd be rich by now. Anyway, so when you guys, y'all 2 years apart, so when everybody started going to preschool and kindergarten, I went to Wayne County Community College. And it takes a year to do your prerequisites before you can even apply for the program. So I did that with 3 kids and a husband and listened to all the young girls tell me what they did on the weekend. And when test day came, they say, what you got? I say, A or A minus. And y'all got barely a C. Well, it depends on how much you put into it. So with a husband and 3 little kids, it wasn't no excuse.
Well, I didn't know that story. So I thought straight out the gate that you went into nursing school. I didn't know it was a while before you actually went into nursing school.
Oh yeah. I was a housewife for 10 years. You know, dinner ready at 5, the kids' homework done, they ass in the bed by 9, you know, like that. I watch soap operas. That's probably why I don't have no patience now to sit down and do nothing. Because I've always been busy.
Mm-hmm. So I want to piggyback on that. So for those who know me, a lot of the stuff that I do when it comes to regiment, when it comes to sacrificing for your family, working, and all of these things, I get from my mom. I have seen her many of nights come home tired. We better not say nothing. We better not do nothing on the way. She got to get her rest because she had been on her feet for so many hours. I didn't go into medical field because of my mother, because I seen how much it took from her, both in her health as well as she works so, oh my gosh, she works so much to help. Not only that, for those who did not know, she actually took care of my dad when he got sick. So tell them about that, Mom.
Well, your dad had been on dialysis, and he was doing security for, you know, where the armored cars pick up the money. So at first, when he became on dialysis, they was gonna work for his schedule, but then that kind of fell apart. So when you got a patient or a person that's on dialysis 3 times a week, that's their life. So my decision was I can work for a staffing agency. I worked at Receiving and got my training. I worked at Detroit Riverview before it closed. I worked at Detroit Osteopathic before it closed. I worked at Mercy before it closed. I tried to stay over in the east side where I live because I'm skilled. I can work any damn where. But the problem was you're not accepted at home. They give you the worst patients, you know, and I'm trying to help y'all. I can go home. So many a days I work for Cottage Hospital, which is now Beaumont. I worked in site. They said, can you stay over? I say, hold on, let me call my husband to see if I could stay over. Not that I needed permission, but we only had 1 car. So either he was gonna pick me up or, you know, I had to see what he was gonna do with y'all. Because most of the time while I was at work, y'all was at Belle Isle having a good time. Kenny G, oh yeah, I heard about it. I know about it. So it was a lot. Most people don't live past 10 years on dialysis. But you got to make up your mind. He was a preceptor to the new patients. He know during the holiday, his favorite, we did catering for a while. And everybody wanted his sweet potato pies and lemon meringue pies and coconut pies. And I was the stirrer. I don't know what he put in there, but we had orders. We had companies trying to deliver food. We did everything we wanted to do. But on the weekends, when you didn't have dialysis, we always did a little weekend trip, because you can't go far. But for our 25th anniversary, we went to Florida. Was it Florida? No, Miami Beach. And the air there was too thin for him to breathe. So during the day, he was on oxygen, but we could only go out at night when it cooled off. But, we had to set up dialysis over in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, so that he could still get his treatment. But when you take a marriage vow, to me, you put that person before you, no matter what. I consider his feelings. I mean, I used to be a hothead. My hair is naturally red and it came with a temper. But I took on qualities of my husband. He was a kind man. I ain't seen him mad but once in 25 years or 40 years. And I was scared then. I'm like, okay, I know how far to push you. Yeah, I was gonna run away with the kids with my quarter banks. He said, you can go, but the kids ain't going nowhere. So I lost your face, Camila. So times were hard, but when you love somebody and you put them in front of you, you consider their feelings before how it's gonna affect everybody. And that was kind of the house rule. What you do affect everybody in here, regardless if it's school or hanging out. Well, y'all didn't hang out much because I was a strict parent. I whipped that butt. But other than that, we poured everything into you guys for y'all to be successful in life. I'm real proud of all of my children. They don't have to have a special title, but they dedicated. They're good hard workers. I'm real proud of all of my children. Why we getting the feedback?
Can you hear it now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
But your father never seen that I was as sick as he was. So he stayed a lot of times in Riverview Rehab or different places. So he took over the scrapbooking projects that I used to do. He was in the building puzzles, 3-dimensional puzzles to occupy his time because he was away from home a lot. And I still had to carry on until y'all was grown. And he's been passed away for 5 years now. But it don't hurt no less. Or you get in a funk and you just have to get yourself out of it. Because it could be a song, it could be a memory, it could be what we used to do. I intend to be married forever. 40 years is almost ever, but that was a hard blow. Because like I said, we intended to be married forever and ever and ever. But I spend a lot of time with my grandchildren because I feel that they missing his part. So yeah, they spoiled, they 12 and 14, but I can talk to them. I call them once a week. They call me. I know what's going on in their life, and they definitely concerned about me since I was in the hospital in March. So my grandson, he say, I'm glad you're home, Nana, because I was really worried. To say, he's special need and he was that concerned about me, he needed to see me physically. When you coming over here? I'm like, as soon as I get well enough to come over, I'll be over there. So we have a close-knit family, immediate family. Even I'm being the youngest of 12, I'm still everybody's baby. And that ain't gonna never change. And I'm the queen of my house. Yes, I'm is. What you say? Can I get an amen on that?
I'm not commenting.
Oh, well. And like I say, I'm 62 and I'm just not really learning what I like because you take care of your family, they grown now. You take care of your grandchildren, you had a career. I've been trying to walk for 10 years, but I'm still determined. When I got out of a bed to a walker, and from a walker to a cane, and now I can walk a half a block without my cane. But if it rains, I'm hit. If it's too cold, I'm hit. So you just put everything in God's hands. Every day you wake up is a blessing. People that died from coronavirus. People were calling me, well, we got your resume offline. I'm like, no, the hell you didn't. Because I ain't worked in 10 years and I ain't finna go in no hospital. Especially with a coronavirus. Please. I don't know what application you got off of Indeed or Career Builders or whatever. Like, nah, no can do. No can do. So my hardest problem now is learning to relax. Sit down and do something, even though I have problems with my hands and my feet. But I try to work out these kinks every day. And I trick my friends and I tell them I'm riding by their house and they'll go look in the window. But I'm on a stationary bike that don't have a seat. You use it for your hands and your feet. They say, I don't see you. I'm like, fool, y'all know damn well I ain't on no bike. Besides this stationary bike, I'm riding past your house. Oh, I go to Bella all the time. I look in the greenhouse from my chair. So I entertain myself and my caregiver. She a big help. She think I'm crazy. It's all outdoors. I say I am. At least I know it. But I talk to her as if I'm talking to you, so that I can instill in her some of my wisdom. Like you need to have at least a 30-day plan, a 2-year plan, or a 5-year plan where you're going to be, and you working hard now. So be proud of yourself. You got a new apartment and you got new furniture and you got this and you got that, but you working for it. You ain't out here busting nobody in the head. And you got skills. She can braid your hair. Honey, my hair gets done every week. And I take pictures and send it to my kids. Look, they did my hair. I know you hate it, but that's the kind of relationship we have. We just celebrated our first anniversary. She been with me a year as a caregiver. So she bought me a candle and I bought her a shirt. But I'm a loving person. I got a lot to give, but I just can't. I want to volunteer somewhere, but I can't stand long enough to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, and then somebody got a car and wouldn't let me drive it, wouldn't even let me start it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who that is, but and the car is kind of blue like my shirt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wore blue because I was gonna wear blue, right? I don't have no blue. I don't have no blue makeup, but I'm still cuter than you.
I'm not gonna respond to that either.
Well, why is we even talking then?
However, so I have a couple of people who sometimes get stuck in life feeling like once a loved one has passed away that they can't get over it, or they have relationships that are strained in their family. There was moments with us, we bumped heads so much because we were so much alike. As you said, I wanted to be the parent. However, I don't recall that, but
I recall it.
We since I would say since Dad passed away, we are so much better. We actually have no choice but to communicate. We don't have a choice but to let some of the things that happened in our past to move us forward. Um, and the other thing is, we were very advocate about counseling, talking it out. I saw somebody personally, you saw somebody personally, of even dealing with the strained relationship sometimes, or even the death of dad. So did you want to talk about that?
About how I felt about him dying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, uh, as I said, I moved to Jennings Senior Living. They were building it while your daddy was in rehab all these years, off and on. So he said, baby, I want you to move next door so we can be closer. I'm like, I got a house. I ain't never lived in an apartment building. So anyway, we ended up moving in there. I moved in first. And to speed it up, he was supposed to come home February 8th. And he died February 6th. So even Riverview Rehab was shocked because they talked to him. We talk every morning at 9 and have a prayer, whoever wake up first, you know. And then at 11 o'clock, his caregiver come in and get him ready for dialysis. So she had talked to him. But when they went back in there at 11, he was gone. So I have experienced death in my career. But I knew when Riverview called me, they told me they were sending him to receiving. And then receiving calling me, telling me to come down there. I knew then he was gone. Because I've made that call many a day, you know. But it was so unbelievable because he was well enough to come home. And usually every time it's time for him to come home, something major happens to him. Yep. He broke his hip sitting on the toilet, getting ready to come home.
His guts came out and intestines came out.
Yeah. So that was definitely unexpected because I've been preparing myself for something you can't prepare yourself for. But
absolutely.
Yeah, that was
when you taught me how you said it. You were so calm when you called because I was at work, and you said, "Don't rush." And I'm like, "Huh?" And my supervisor came to me like, "Why are you still here?" And I was like, "Well, you know, I'm thinking Dad has been in the hospital several times, been in surgeries off and on, died on the table several times. I was not thinking that was it." And so the way you worded it made me leave work. And when I got there, I went in the room, and I think Auntie Celestine was there, Auntie Linda was there, someone else was in there, and you were in the hall, and you was like, I sat down, I didn't see nobody crying or nothing like that. And you was like, your dad didn't make it. And I'm like, make what? What are you talking about? And so when it eventually clicked to what you were saying, I was just like, my breath was taken away because I mean, he's defeated the odds for years. Dad was on dialysis 18 years?
20.
Unheard of. So of course, even though someone is ill, and the inevitable might come, you're still never prepared for the call, for that whole moment. And for me, I didn't grieve Dad until maybe 2-3 years later.
That sounds all right.
I want to say I act like it didn't happen, but it was because I was going through other things that other people outside the house didn't know I was going through. Mm-hmm. It was just like to keep my mind without going crazy, being in a mental hospital. Something had to give in my head to be able to go day by day, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
So I chose to let Dad go and deal with the present time at the time, where I'm like, okay, I can't deal with both of these at the same time. So in my mind, that was shut off somewhere where I didn't feel all
Right.
of that I could have felt, but I didn't.
Right.
And so that turning point from there was when I felt like me and you got closer, because as I talked to Yolanda, as I talked to Myron, we all dealt with this death differently
Mm-hmm.
and how we cope with it differently. Londa went to the things he loved to do. I did the total opposite. I couldn't handle it. Now I'm in a place where I appreciated his favorite songs. I appreciate it now. Well, when I was going through, I couldn't
Right.
deal with it.
Well, grief got a lot of stages you got to go through.
Right.
First, you be angry, then you denying it, you know, and then I can't remember what the other one is. But the final one is acceptance. In order for me to go forward, I had to accept 40 years of my life gone. And it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen the first couple of years, because people will tell you when you supposed to, how long you're supposed to grieve, but that's impossible. You got your feelings wrapped up. You got memories for years. Every child, they first walk and whatever else, you know. But he was my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a spiritual person. I still have notebooks where he wrote down what when he died on the table, what happened when the doctor came in. And there's no way he would have known none of this unless it happened. And I checked with each of the doctors, because the last time they called code blue on him, the doctor, the hospital has, yeah, they have too many ICUs, so they went to the wrong floor. So when the doctor came in, he ran into the foot of Ronnie's bed. But Ronnie's gone already, you know what I'm saying? But he see this, and he writes it down when he recovers. But it still sent chills down your back. He was walking around with 2 liters. Imagine a 2-liter pot around fluid around his heart. And all he could tell me was he was home. I said, baby, you look mighty ashy. I said, let's go to the hospital and see what's going on. They say your husband's heart was beating over 140 seconds a minute. Normal was 110. So he fighting the solution around fluid around his heart. So that's why his heart couldn't beat regularly. So they say, well, we're gonna do pull the fluid from his heart in the OR, because we might have to shock him. I'm like, okay, well, that's where I draw the line. I'm his wife and I'm his nurse, but I can't, let me know when it's over. Once they drew the fluid off, they had to restart his heart. So I done been through some, I got scars, love, hate, anger, but you have to let them heal over time and put a good memory to whatever mark you might see. I mean, with the pandemic, not being able to go to church, I am the church. I talk to God more than probably most people do. I hit my toe on my bed and thought I broke 3 of my toes, but I couldn't walk for almost a month. But Lord healed them toes so I can go see about myself. But I ain't been yet because my toes stopped hurting. But it's just simple things in life. I'm learning to enjoy arts and crafts again on days that I can use my hands. I'm in the stroke club at RIM, and we do all kinds of activities normally outside, but most of what we're doing now is on Zoom. I did a diamond mask. I did some paintings. I made a butter dish to match my stuff in my kitchen. So that's giving me peace.
We got a trip
And
coming up.
yeah, I got a vacation coming up, and maybe a blind date. Hell, who knows? Yeah, I'm excited. I ain't
I'm
dated.
excited for you too. I really am. It's been a long time coming of turning the corner to and even before the pandemic, my mom would go out and once a week and go swimming. Um
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah. Water
She would go
aerobics.
swimming. She's always been active. I don't know what it means to sit still. My husband gets on me to this day. He thinks I'm doing too much. Um, but I got a heredity, from her. I We believe in, first ministry is home first. And that's basically the theme of today. Um she has triumphed over a lot of things that most people would not be able to endure. And a lot of it, not only was it physical, but it was mental as well. Like I said, well, what she said, she had been with my dad 40 something, over 40 something years. They were
Right.
married that long.
Right.
But I couldn't imagine. I think the most thing that really hit me was going down the aisle with Tim, which is my cousin, instead of my dad. He wouldn't have probably walked, but at least having been in a wheelchair to walk me down the aisle with Johnny. And that would have been funny in itself. With both of us have both lost our fathers. We still have our moms. So we said this summer we wanted to do something with them. We got a trip coming up for the Princess Boat in August. And so we wanted to make sure that they're still cared for, they're still loved, they're still, kicking. Them two is something else. If y'all ever seen them together,
I don't know what you talk about.
sure you don't. um, Time, history has came full circle, and I love that she's able to overcome these things. And as the Bible says, we overcome not only by the blood of the Lamb, but the words of our testimony. So she's here to be able to let people know that, yes, there's life after your spouse passing away. No, we didn't expect this to happen. No, sometimes we have those moments where we've seen the movies where the two holding each other hand and they just drift off and sleep together. That's not always the case. But as you can see, she's still kicking.
Yeah.
She believes that she's the queen. She's the baby of 12, and they treat her as the baby.
Yeah.
So,
And you got a problem with that?
anywho, so as you can see, this is definitely my twin. I did have a picture of my mom kissing me as an infant. I had no hair. Uh, I was just looking at it yesterday, proving a point about something. But however, it was years where people would be like, "Yeah, definitely, you are your mom's twin," and it used to get on my nerve at one point. So I would always try to dye my hair a look different, so I would be my own. Stop looking like that. I would look like myself instead of her. But I've learned to appreciate, of course, that there's nothing that I can do. She just realized the other day, I don't know how she didn't see this, but she just realized I have freckles just like she does. How you not see
I'll be
that?
up in your face.
Ma,
I'm
you
supposed to
don't
know
have
you
to
had
be in my
freckles.
face to see I got freckles.
I'll be paying attention to you. How's that?
Lies you tell. However, so I came home This how you know your mom is paying attention to you. So I came home and one of my friends, Tara, did my hair. And it was braided up and it had the little things in the back and it was blonde and everything. So I come home not too long after that. She didn't have her Nay do her hair like me.
I know you hated that.
So now she's trying to look like me. So next thing I'm gonna be like, okay, so is you gonna cut your hair off too?
No,
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I had that experience once and got locked out of the house.
Yeah, Daddy didn't like that.
No, it was a boy cut. So I had to sit outside for a couple hours so he cooled off. And I got to glue it back.
Well, it is hair and it will grow back. But
Yeah.
good for me, my husband likes short hair. So
I want a husband too.
okay.
I'm the marrying kind. Shit.
You're the marrying kind?
Yes. I only been married once, and that was for 40 years. So what that tell you? I'm dependable, I'm likable, I'm lovable. I ain't gonna give you all my other qualities, but you know.
Mom, you can't do that. You gotta work.
This a PT show?
Ma, Jesus.
See, that's the way she act every time we together. Like I'm always saying something that surprises her. I don't know why.
Ma, and your siblings is watching the show.
But they know me. I don't lie. I don't lie. Now, how many people can you say that? Ask any of my friends. They know I don't lie. If you don't want to know the truth, don't come and ask me.
Amen to that.
Because I will sit you down and tell you the truth.
So if you guys ever wonder where I get some of these qualities from, like I said before, and these crazy looks that I get it from my mama. Yeah, that one right there. I get it from her. So if you ever get mad and wonder why I'm looking at you upside your head like you're crazy, I'm probably thinking something and I have been advised in my head, do not say it out loud because I probably will hurt your feelings.
Yeah, that's true. But I really like you now.
Oh, isn't that special? You really like me now. It took
Yeah,
you
I really
43
like
years.
you. Even though you don't let me drive your car.
No.
See, that's why I ain't like you.
It only took you 43 years to like me, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I can understand that. Take a while. To, got to be molded and shaped and, put in the right place so that it'll fit your life where you're supposed to be. Because, you got all them. I need to work with you with the cleaning company. I need some more money. And you got a cleaning company? Sunshine
You
or
got no
something?
cleaning company.
Well, what's the other ones come in the mail? You Sunshine Creation?
Oh yeah, that's designer stuff. That's yeah. I I don't clean, Mom.
Well, hell, we need some money. You can do something under the table.
I was gonna say something else, but I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, fine then.
I don't
You
know.
wore blue. You wore blue because I was gonna wear blue.
No, I was up before you, so I was wearing blue because that's my color.
Oh. Okay, well, to the world, have a nice life. Be safe.
We not finished yet. What are you talking about?
Well, damn, how long I gotta talk to you?
Ma,
What?
you supposed to be on here an hour.
An hour? You know how much an hour cost me?
How much?
I got you on that one.
I almost commented, but I changed my mind.
So what else you want to talk to me about, sweetie?
So something else that my mother does, which I thought was so cute. She texts me every morning and she says, "Good morning, sweetie. Love you always." And I thought that was cute. That's our little thing. That's how I know she's up
And alive.
and alive. And she texts me every morning. And by 11 o'clock, if she has not texted me, I'm texting her like, "I beat you up. What's going on?" And she'll be like, "Well, I just slept in today. I wasn't feeling, the best or whatever." So I thought that was cute.
Yeah, well, I have one for each of y'all. I love Yolanda forever. I love Myron. Wait a minute. I love Myron. Wait a minute. I love you always. I love Mira forever. I love Myron now and then. No, I forgot what his is. And then, the kids, Mira loves me, million, billion, trillion, quadrillions, and out of this space or whatever the hell else I can think of to outdo her. I told her the atmosphere, astrosphere. Because she don't know she learning science while she coming up with ways she love me.
Okay, let me ask this question. So with all three of us, how did you push us, or how did you I guess develop all three of us, because we all are three definitely different personalities and individuals.
Well, you have to one size don't fit all. So, we didn't find out, about Myron's dyslexia until he was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't going to keep letting them pass him when he get an A at home and get an F when the teacher give him an assignment. I said, honey, he don't understand nothing you saying. So I had to go back to the golden books with him. And then I realized his attention span wasn't but 30 minutes. So he spent most of his life in the damn corner, counting little specks on the wall. But I made Jell-O out of every word. I made cookies. He had to read every sign we passed. I changed his name to Miami T. Green because he could remember the color green. And let me see. And he was a salutatorian when he graduated from Osborne.
Yep.
That's the second highest. So don't tell me somebody with a disability can't shine through.
And two, I think after 10th grade, he didn't have special ed classes no more. He had regular classes.
Right. He went to what's that, Lawrence Tech on Jefferson? Computer repair.
So.
Huh?
I think so.
Yeah, computer repair. So one day he come home, he say, "You know what a motherboard is?" I said, "Is that like a file board?" I don't know nothing about computer. So, and then Londa was always the quiet type, She really didn't like going outside, but that's where y'all life was, outside. So she had a couple of friends. They, take their Barbies or whatever they be doing. But the rule was, if I was asleep, y'all can't play in front of my house because I can hear y'all. So other than that, with you, it was you was the first one. So you always had a special spot in our heart and our eye. Don't believe all that shit. But for real, I really like you. Yeah, I really like you. And you're almost as cute as me, almost. But we'll see. And what, you 43 and I'm 62. We'll see when you get 62 if you still look as fine as I do.
I will.
Okay.
So I was saying that too because I do have a couple of I remember you and Dad sometimes before Dad really got sick, y'all would switch. It was always somebody at home.
Right.
And we were talking about like our generation was the last of the village, really, because even when our parents were gone or sleep, we always had neighbors that was watching.
Right.
And not only that, our school was involved with us. Our church was basically second to our own family to help raise us, to help push our confidence. I'm very confident and bold now. I've never been shy. Is because a lot of the stuff I learned was at home, and then I did a lot of the stuff at church before I went to school. So nobody laughed. Nobody. We were all in the same boat. I remember I did my first solo at church with my mom, and she was like, if don't look anybody in the face. They used to have this big old clock at the church, and she'll say, look up at the clock if you're afraid to look at anybody. And at the time, if you had to look at someone, either look at your daddy or look at my cousin Brenda, who was always, supporting, smiling, things of that nature. So I was never afraid of people, never have been. And so I would think, um, like I said, a lot of the stuff that we learned was in home. We had people, I told someone the other day, mom had us sitting at the table. We had power hour where everything was shut down. We had to read books, we had to read to each other. And with me being the oldest, I had to help my brother with his schoolwork. And so that was something that the kids in the neighborhood would come to me to help me with they have me to help them with their schoolwork. If anything, my parents both pushed education. I was in what I could have been promoted several times in school. um, Even with Bates Academy and Dad said all types of what is it, Horizon something.
Yeah, because I thought Cranbrook, when they said you had a scholarship to Cranbrook, I thought it was like the Cran Apple thing. I know it was a high end school.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
you
we
wouldn't know
have
dumb. You just was too busy.
yeah, we made sure every summer we had trips with our family. We had trips with our extended family as well as our home family. And we had the best of times. Sometimes, like I said, I think my mom was too hard on me sometimes because she was strict and she would smack you in a minute. Um,
I'll give you 2 minutes now.
but it taught me some things on discipline, and even when I'm with kids today, uh, there is no limit. I put parents out of my practices and things of that nature because some parents tell their kids what they can't do or what they're afraid of because they're afraid. My mother and them didn't put fear in us. I seen my dad before we knew how to swim. Dad was throwing us in water and telling us to swim, figure it out. We were so we were not afraid of water. We swam since we were kids.
Went
To this
camping.
day, we go to
Skip school to
camping.
go camping.
Yeah. So I was the biggest tomboy there was.
Yeah,
I didn't like being a girl.
but you're a cute one now.
I am a woman now. Thank you.
Shut the noise.
You silly woman.
I know.
So,
I know I am, but what are you?
oh, don't do that.
Ah!
So yeah, today has been a very, very exciting to be able to sit down with the woman who birthed me. One day in the winter,
Yeah,
in the middle of a blizzard.
yep. Had to climb over the fence.
So I'm excited that she was able to finally say yes
Yes,
to coming on the show.
yes.
I hope you guys learned that even through your difficult time, still have a prayer life, have your relationship with God for yourself. Because sometimes you can't get to the church, you can't get to a pastor, you can't do none of that.
Right.
I am strong today because of my mother, because of my aunties, my family in general. I've seen it, I've heard it, from the examples that they set before us to be able to take on whatever life gives you, and turn it into something good. So thank you, Mom.
You're welcome, darling.
I still look better than you.
Put some money on it.
Listen, don't play.
And I ain't all the way makeup up, so I'm still cuter than you. Put some money on it. That's all I say. It's been real talking to you with a real conversation with the sunshine girl named Camila. That ain't the way I spell her name, but okay.
That's for pronunciation purposes. Do you know how many times people don't say my name correct?
Yes.
I got Camille, Camila, Camila, Camille, you name it, everything but Camila. So when I spell it that way, you can say it that way. But no. So I don't even tell people my name is Camila. It's Sunshine. It makes it so much easier.
Oh, okay. Well, what's greater than sunshine? The sun?
I guess.
I don't want to be the sun.
Listen, this is not about you. What are you talking about?
What you mean it's not about me?
So you trying to figure out what's better than sunshine? Really?
No, I don't have a nickname. But I don't need one. Because I'm the queen. Okay, are we done? I like you, but I don't like to talk on the phone.
Ma, you are on the Zoom call. You're not necessarily on the phone.
I am on the phone.
Thank you guys. Again, thanks my mom for coming on to the show. I have 5 more minutes for my next guest. And thank you. I hope you guys loved her show, what she had to say. Hope you learned something. Maybe later on, maybe while we're on vacation, I might do a show. I don't know yet. But we're looking forward to that in July. I'm going to have fun in the water up north. Yep. So again, thanks, Mom. I love you.
I love you too.
Talk to you later.